The New York Giants just got crazy news that fans are going to want to hear. Let's talk about it. My name is Paul. This is Big Apple Sports. Tune in every day for the latest Giants news, insights, analysis. If you're a fan of Giants football, take just a quick second, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Got a lot more great content coming. And guys, the season is finally here. Season opener today. Before I drop the big news and we talk about it, give me your score predictions for today. Do you like the Giants to win? I think they're a 6.5 point dog. I like them to at least cover that. I think they have a real shot at winning. Give me some stat predictions, Abdul Carter predictions. I always love to hear from you guys in the comments, so hit me up. And then let's talk real quick about this massive news that just dropped this morning. And that is that Jaxson Dart could make his debut today, and that Brian Dable has created like a special package of plays to bring him in for. So let's talk about what that could look like. I know the Steelers, I think, had that for Justin Fields last year. It's no, sometimes teams who have like a really mobile backup QB will design almost like a wildcat type package for a quarterback like that. But I mean, Jaxson Dart is mobile, but I really don't see that. Like, I don't see them coming in and having him run the read option and putting your franchise QB in harm's way, taking hits, trying to run the ball. I don't think that's what it's going to be. Um, Honestly, I could see it kind of reminds me of. So I'm a big Michigan fan. I've mentioned that on the show a few times. But if you remember J.J. McCarthy, his freshman year at Michigan, he was a backup to Cade McNamara. And honestly, it kind of feels like a similar situation where it's like Cade McNamara was a game manager. You trusted him that year over a freshman to make the smart throws, get it in the playmaker's hands. Just a more experienced quarterback. But everybody knew J.J. McCarthy was the future, infinitely more talented. And then I think he's a similar player to Jaxson Dart, where it's like they both have really strong arms. They can make every throw. They're great pocket awareness. If they need to run, they got good speed and can run. So I could see, and that Michigan team would use J.J. McCarthy like they had a package of plays for freshman J.J. McCarthy, and they would bring him in. And I could see the Giants running a very similar package with Jaxson Dart today. So generally what they would do with him is it would be a lot of like RPO where he could give it to the running back, he could keep it and run it. I don't expect Jaxson Dart to be getting a lot of carries today, as I said, but I could see them running like play action and he zips one over the middle to somebody. I could see, I don't know if you all remember that screen pass from the preseason where he just had that like crazy side Mahomes-esque arm angle screen pass to Theo Johnson, and Theo Johnson took it for 25 yards. Like, I think there's a lot of different things that they could do with this, but all I know is I'm super excited to see it. I think it's going to be awesome. I hope, like, there's no guarantee he gets in the game. I mean, if, like, one thing I don't really want to see if Russell Wilson's in rhythm. I always hate coaches who are like watching their quarterback make good throw after good throw and they're in rhythm, and then all of a sudden they take him out of the game for no reason to run like a wildcat play with the running back, and then the QB's out of his rhythm. Like, I don't want to see that. But, if the team's maybe struggling to move the ball a little bit, I think, yeah, get Jaxson Dart out there, have him run an RPO, have him roll out of the pocket and zip one over the middle or down the sidelines. Like, I think there's a lot of different options you could use. He's got such a tremendous skill set, looked so good in the preseason, and and it's just good practice for him. Good to get some real NFL regular season action and snaps in. So I'm super excited to see it. Giants fans, let me know what you think, what plays you think you could see from him today. And then one other bit of news I wanted to talk about from this week was Sports Illustrated put out an article about Abdul Carter saying Giants fans need to temper their expectations for him. And they did bring some fair stats about how rookies have generally performed in their first season. So they said since 2000, rookie pass rushers drafted in the top 5 average 5.7 sacks a season. Only 5, those being Julius Peppers, Bradley Chubb, Von Miller, Joey Bosa, and Ndamukong Suh, produced double-digit sacks as rookies. They said, could Carter join that group? Sure, but it's not the most likely scenario. So they're saying, Giants fans, 5 to 6 sacks is probably what you should expect. He could get 10, but I wouldn't expect that. But I'm here to tell Sports Illustrated, you can't just take blind stats from the last 25 years and assume it's going. Like, you got to look at the entire situation. So for one, a lot of times you don't have very good pass rushers at the top of the draft, but a team needs one so badly that they'll reach up and take one. Or, there's times where somebody will fall in love with the pass rusher's traits, but they weren't really great in college and they're raw, and it is somebody who never really brings their game to the pros. Like, that reminds me of Trayvon Walker, the year he was drafted number 1 overall. Like, crazy combine, crazy physical ability, and he's starting to develop a little bit into a decent player, but I was stunned he went over Aiden Hutchinson, because Hutch also pretty crazy combine and athletic ability, but he also was getting, I think he had like 13 or 14 sacks his senior year. Trayvon Walker wasn't getting to the quarterback at Georgia, and I think that happens a lot where teams fall in love with the physical abilities, but the guy doesn't have the production or like the NFL caliber skills to back it up. Well, let me tell you, Abdul Carter has both. Just an absolute athletic freak. He had the production at Penn State. I think he had 12 sacks his junior year. He didn't even play his senior year. But then I think another thing is, who's picking in the top 5? Generally, the worst teams in the NFL. Generally, if you're one of the worst teams in the NFL, you don't have a very good defense. If you're a pass rusher getting taken that early, it's probably because your team doesn't have a very good pass rush. How many times in history have we seen a team with a defensive line as good as the Giants taking an elite defensive edge rusher in the first few picks like that? And then one with as high of expectations and talent as Abdul Carter. Like, you never see that. Abdul Carter might not face a double team all year, whereas a lot of these top 5 picks are expected to instantly come in and be their team's premier pass rusher, and they're facing double teams from the get-go. So I think this is going to be a 10-sack season for Abdul Carter. I think he's going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Like, not only is he more talented than most of these guys who are in this statistic here, but he's coming into a better situation than most of these guys who are in this statistic here. So I'm expecting big things from him. Don't listen to Sports Illustrated. Listen to Big Apple Sports. Obviously, I know more football than them. So don't forget, like and subscribe on your way out. Give me score predictions, stat predictions. Game day's finally here. I'm super excited. Let me know what you all think, and we'll catch you next time with some more Giants content.